I'm Justin Blay, and I'm going to be talking to you about the interviews that I was able to conduct at Wanham Elementary Schools. So, I was able to get three interviews with three of my teachers at Wanham Elementary Schools, two of them being third grade teachers, and one of them being a second grade teacher. I had to conduct their interviews via email as they were all pretty busy. They were willing to do the email, but they were unable to have a sit down interview, so they just asked me to email them the questions and they would respond and also send me a copy of a lesson plan. And I thought that was pretty appropriate. Most of the responses are going to be similar as the teachers are from the same school and receive the same internet training. So for the first three responses, our first three questions, I asked how do they teach students about internet safety. All answered uh, with a platform called Nearpod. Nearpod is a district training that they all attended, and it was about internet safety, where each grade level is starts at a different point. Whereas maybe first grade will be the introduction about not about privacy, whereas maybe fifth graders would have a more advanced site surfing training. They all try to use a lot of Google platforms to try to collaborate with the students. And in terms of facilitating learning with technology inside the classroom, for math, they use a platform called Zern for math, and for English learning students, they use a platform called Lexia. As you can see here, they all use Nearpod, and when it comes to and internet safety. And for responses 4 through 7, um, they use a lot of collaborating tools when it comes to inside the classroom. They try to use a lot of Google platforms when it comes to incorporating the students for collaboration and for group projects. Most of them are through the Google sites like Google Slides and Google Docs and just basic typing skills, and how they ensure that each student has access to technology. All students for this school in particular were given a Chromebooks to use at their schools, and they were able to use them, and that's how they have access to technology. And responses 8 through 10, um, when they are using uh, different media, they are trying to make it as fun as possible. It's hard for the teachers to have make learning fun just by using this technology. So they are trying to use real world learning tools to encourage the students to let's have a little bit more fun with these concepts instead of just trying to stare at a computer screen and try to make that fun. But they are doing their best to try to make the learning fun. They do feel that the data in the past is beneficial, but they also want to have assessments so that they can see the growth of the students as they are getting older and being advanced to the next grade. That they are learning they're taking what they learned and applying it to what they're going to be using currently in the current grades. And this is where I will analyze lesson plans. This is a sample of a lesson plan that one of the teachers were able to share with me. It is a biography to where she hands out this rubric to her students, and the students can see exactly how they're going to be graded on a scale from 1 to 4, and they could go and look at this rubric and refer back to this rubric and know exactly how the teachers are going to be scoring them. And this biography report, instead of having them get a old poster board and cut out pictures and pasting them, she had them use a PowerPoint. And I thought this is a really good incorporation of technology to where they're having the students go home, use what they've learned in class, and apply it to using technology, to where they're going home trying to make a really good PowerPoint and just finding and pasting all the information and pictures and relevant pictures to what they're trying to present to try to match this rubric to get a good score. So I thought that was a really good implication on technology in terms of using that inside the classroom. And for the ISTE standards, this teacher in particular I felt hit three really, really good to where they are using technology to have them become really good learners and letting the students track their progress and not being told how to do something, but letting them have the freedom to create something and be proud of it. Letting them believe that they're engaging with one another and taking ownership of of what they are producing. So the teacher is doing a really good job in that, and being facilitators of their own technology usage and having their own independent goals, as that rubric shows that this is how you can get a good score. So I thought that was a real good implementation of that. My checklist, it was to keep all technology relevant and current with students, have universal training for the staff, um, the technology that they use bridges the gap between English learners, and having frequent and better awareness of usages and activity, and being familiar, having the use of technology, being familiar with students and teachers. I thought that would be like a pretty good checklist just as a start to make sure that all uses of technology are being understood by all parties involved. So this is just a quick rundown of what I've learned and what I gathered from all of the interviews. And so thank you all for watching.